All right, guys, we're gonna start this one off with a little bit of a spicy vibe because this is a new release from Karin Karlsson. You guys haven't seen me do a review on these in a while, and well, that's just mostly because I can't keep them. They go away too quickly when I get them in. Anyways, this one just landed, and it's slow in the store today. So here we are with the new Strawberry Moon from Karin Karlsson. It's definitely one you're going to pick up, but stay tuned for the review if you can't, because she's a beauty. For starters, there is some sort of penalty somewhere for me wearing my T. Henry frame and doing an Karin review when I just got a new Karin for myself. Sorry if you're watching, and they probably are. Anyway, Strawberry Moon, gorgeous frame. You guys, if you've been around long enough, you found this video, you know I'm a sucker for a beautifully done TV bezeling. This one, it's a cut above any TV bezel I have seen done on a pair of glasses. It's steeply angled across the entire front. Kind of reminds me of what we saw in the Millionaires, where it was that really steep cut on the Louis Vuitton pair. But they've gone a step further because this is a very chunky frame. They've added extra material to the front in crystal, and then you have your soft crystal color behind that. It's a little bit more obvious, so let me grab the purple colorway here so you can see that depth and dimension that comes from that. You've got that steep angle cut here, beautifully polished and refined, catches the light just absolutely exquisitely. And that is all the way around to here, where it's a little bit flatter, but there is still an angle there. So even more 30 degrees versus 45 degrees here, and that's still got a nice cut to it without being super soft or super sharp, which that's a little more difficult than it sounds like. And I do love the flowing cut of the bridge where it just seems super well thought out. It's almost like there's not even a bump there, but I promise you, it still fits on the face beautifully through that nasal area. It's a really cool frame. The gold accents at all four corners are very beautifully done. They are bolted directly into the acetate. Not bolted, they are heat sunk directly into the acetate, but there are cutout reliefs here, so those sit much more flush than you would ever expect, even with the detailing there through it. I'm going to use this purple one a little bit more just because it shows off some of the details, and here is where you can really see what I was talking about, where you've got that crystalline encasement all the way around the front of the frame. It's a really nice detailed step that adds a lot to the frame to me. In my opinion, adds a lot to the frame. Whatever, you guys, somebody's gonna call me on that one. Anyways, one thing that shows up just a little bit, and I know this was a design choice, I'm just not 100% sure how I feel about it. So I mentioned earlier the bezeling on this side is a little bit lighter than it is up through here. Very nice because it kind of flows and tapers out to the edges, which means a really nice look on the face. What I thought was interesting, this is left matted rather than being polished back out. I think it adds a very nice touch to the frame. I'm positive it was a design choice rather than a production problem or a cost concern or whatever you might else call that, because it's too intentional. The cut's too smooth. It's too nicely matted. It's definitely done intentionally, but I do think it adds something nice because you do have a little bit of a wider frame to begin with. That cuts down some of the intensity of the frame on that outer edge, even with these gold detailed pieces. Aside from that, we do have the Karin logo very subtly here in the corner. Let's see if we can get that up. Yeah, there we go. So a nice little touch of the AKK logo there. And let's just get the beautiful gold detailing in there. There we go. As far as I know, these are still Zeiss lenses, just a very light tint to them. Very soft, easily a category 2 to 1, because you have a little bit of a purple fades into a very soft rose and to clear. Nice little triple gradient type effect there. There's a reason that's a triple gradient, not a double gradient, but we're not going to get into that today. It's funny to me how different these tints look, even though they are the same. It doesn't show up quite as well on camera. They look very close to the same. Here in person, when you're looking at them side by side against the white background, it's almost like they're mirrors of each other. The pink one appears much more purple and the purple one appears much more pink, but this one really has a beautiful monochrome feel to it and overall just the look of the lenses. I do like the punch of the purple on the face. It's a really nice shade of purple that she's picked, and Anna-Karin is extremely good about this when she does pick her colors. She spends a lot of time on it. More than many, I will say that. And more than many by far. It's a purple that can be worn by a lot of different people and still have some beautiful tone to it. Now, since we're talking about beautiful details, I mentioned the AKK logo up here. It is also, now that one is not going to show up. It's just not going to happen. There we go. It's the very bottom of the temple tip of the frame has that logo. It's a very subtle detail. It's very well done, and it's a nice, clean way to do it. When it's hidden, you don't really see it unless you really want to see it. I'm liking the touch of subtlety in a frame that is otherwise very bold and very, very strong personality in this frame. So I'm a sucker for it. As usual, there's drill to clean up. It's what happens with the Anna-Karin frames, and we love it that way. So there you go. These guys are going to retail around $780 depending on the source you get them from. We always get some very nice ones in here, and I say very nice because, well, the serial numbers are always fun. This particular guy's number 50 of 100 in the series. I always love a unicorn serial number. That one's dead middle in the batch. That's always, always fun. Sizing on these is going to be large to oversized in my opinion. The actual measured size is going to be 53 for the lens, which is this area to this area, so you can add quite a bit to that from the chunk of the frame. The bridge is going to be 23. It's going to fit 21, sorry. It's going to fit more like a 18, 17, something in that area, just because you do have so much material through here. You guys know that's always something I'll point out. Don't get caught up in the numbers and enjoy the fun. There are AR backside lenses on both of these. Looks like the typical Affair Zeiss lenses with the Azure backside AR. Good stuff. Beautiful stuff. We love to see it. That's all I've got on the beautiful new Strawberry Moon. Check it out in person. Order it from us. Whatever. Let me know your thoughts on it down below, and yeah, what you think. That's all I got. Have a great evening.